apologies, no explanation. Virginia congressional candidate Krystal Ball is fighting mad over a series of risque photos of her after a series of risque photos of her emerged on the internet. It was last week when a conservative blog posted the photos taken 6 years ago, including images of Ms. Ball with her ex-husband, who had a sex toy attached to his nose. But she is not shying away from those photos. In fact, she's using them as an example of what she perceives is a cruel double standard in politics. Krystal Ball joins me now. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Chris. Thank you so much for having me.
So, as I said, you believe this is part of a larger tactic that's used against female politicians. What is this trend that you see?
I do. Well, this is interesting because certainly the tactic of painting female politicians as whores and as sluts is nothing new, and painting successful women in general in this way in order to delegitimize them and to denigrate them is nothing new. It's a new twist on it, though, because obviously now, as I'm one of the first of my generation in the Facebook age to step up and run for office, I'm sort of the first one to have this particular thing happen to me, but I certainly don't think I'll be the last.
In your article in the Huffington Post, you write, I'm going to quote you here, "Society has to accept that women of my generation have sexual lives that are going to leak into the public sphere. Sooner or later, this is a reality that has to be faced, or many young women in my generation will not be able to run for office." I want to ask you honestly, when these first came out, did you say to yourself, you know what, I'm just going to get out, I'm going to just go hide, and politics isn't for me?
I never considered getting out of the race, but when they first came out, there's no question I was tremendously embarrassed. I was humiliated. I did want to hide in a corner, but I looked to my own mother and to Hillary Clinton as examples of women of strength and courage who really stood up for themselves. And
in fact, you've mentioned Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Where do you see the parallel?
Well, I am in no means comparing myself to Hillary Clinton. That is definitely not the case. But I think she has carried herself with such strength and integrity throughout her career, even when things were very difficult, even when things came to light that were embarrassing for her family and that were very private and personal. She really came out and was strong and composed. And I thought, you know what? We can't allow these kinds of tactics to scare good people from running for office. I think that we need more young people and more young women to stand up and run for office. And I don't want them to be deterred by some silly party pictures or something that they did stupid in front of a camera years and years ago. So I decided for, not just for myself, but for young women to come out and address this head on, because I don't want this to deter people who want to serve our country from stepping up and running for office.
Virginia candidate for Congress, Krystal Ball, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much, Chris.